Warning: the following audio podcast may include language of an adult, nonsensical, repetitive, and quite frankly, moronic nature. On the plus side, if you watch the video version, you get to see two sexy motherfuckers. Enjoy the show.
And now, coming to you live from the tri-state area and San Francisco, California, it's the best part of Wednesday, Waffle Box, with your hosts, Mike Fish and Kush Hayes.
Welcome to Waffle Box, the podcast where we talk about anything, everything, and nothing all at the same time. Coming up in episode 149. Ever wondered what it'd be like to go drinking with Ric Flair? Well, we have the audio to show you what it's like. Hulk Hogan speaks to dead people. Taylor Swift University is open for business, and much, much more. I am Mike Fish, and I am joined, as always, by the main man from San Fran. It's Mr. Kush Hayes. Kush, how you doing, buddy?
What's good, y'all? Kush Hayes here, coming to you 149 of the Waffle Box. It's the original Waffle Box. It's the People's Podcast. It is the best part of Wednesdays because you accept no substitutes. Coming to you all the way from the future home of Super Bowl 60. You love us because we do this, and we do this because we love you. Producer Lathan, what's up, dude?
Howdy doody, partners. I hope everyone had a fantastic weekend, except for the B-Boat Tom Brady. And for those that don't know what a B-Boat is, it stands for Biggest Baby of All Time. I don't know if either of you were unfortunate enough to watch the roast of Tom Brady on Netflix this past Sunday. But apparently Tom Brady accepted Netflix's blood money to appear on a comedy roast, but wasn't happy when the mean people told jokes about him. Fuck Tom Brady. You'll always be Eli Manning's bitch, and Robert Kraft can eat shit too.
Whoa!
Spinning facts.
Coming in
Spinning
hot
facts.
tonight, Producer Lathan.
Love it. Yeah,
Holy shit. So I don't follow the football. I know Robert Kraft is actually the guy who's got mostly boxed foods in our house already. I guess he owns the Patriots. Tom Brady's the name I heard of. The local boy from just down south in San Mateo. Never seen him without a helmet before tonight. So I was just like, oh, that's a handsome looking dude. And then the rest of the crew, there was one flub. Otherwise, this dude was taking jokes about his wife cheating on him, his mom and dad, his career, how obsessive he is. This guy took a lot on the chin, but just had one discrepancy during the show, which, yes, dude, if you're only doing that 20 minutes in, you got a long night ahead of you.
what was weird? The joke wasn't even about him.
It was about him giving a massage to Robert Kraft. Yeah.
I guess, is that where he draws the line?
Being gay.
Yeah,
to Robert Kraft.
You can make jokes about my wife leaving me. You can make jokes about her cheating on me. You can make jokes about the guy she left me for kicking my ass while he's eating hers. That's fine. But don't you insinuate that I'm a homosexual. God damn it.
Well, there's a homosexual with Robert Kraft. Plenty of faggot jokes got in there.
Maybe that was it. Yeah. He was like, if I'm gay, I would have a much better taste in men than that guy.
So about an hour before we started this recording, I saw on Variety that they interviewed Jeff Ross, who made the joke, and they settled things out backstage. Not that there was really a discrepancy, but he was just like, no, he just considers the guy like a father figure, which is probably insulting to his father. But that was it. I heard some people misheard it as you forgot to say again. And that would have actually been a lot funnier. However, no, it's been confirmed. He had a problem with that one specific joke. But then there was 2.5 more hours of that show that he just laughed off. And then fucking did a great job roasting everybody.
So did you sit through it all? I managed an hour and a half, and I was like, okay, there's still 38 people to go. I'm like... There's only so many jokes that I can hear about his wife leaving him, and there's so it was just a very. I felt bad for the last person. I don't know who was the last comedian to go up, but pretty much every joke had been told twice, if not 3 times. There wasn't much.
Let's see. There was Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck showed up late.
Ben Affleck.
And Ben Affleck, and then who was it? Jesus Christ, who? So you missed Ron Burgundy? That
Oh,
was
no,
early in the show.
Oh, Ron Burgundy was the last person I saw.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, there was still way more show after that. I've actually been again another issue article from Variety would say the only edit that Netflix made for this 3 hour and 5 minute event was they cut out Kim Kardashian's booze, which I don't think she got a lot of booze, but however, yeah, people love booing that bitch for whatever reason.
Were you saying boo or boo earns?
No, they were saying boo, boo, bitch. They were saying boo. Um, so I love the comedy roasts. I actually every now and then one will pop up on Netflix from like the 60s and 70s. And if you think this previous weekend was wild, the racism would flow like wine in those shows. And
Oh,
while
sure.
there was plenty of racist jokes in this episode, it's wildly held back. However, having said that, it was also crazy to see this thing one play out live. Because I'm used to the old Comedy Central roast, and when I say by old, the last one they did was 2019 with Alec Baldwin. That was a while ago now.
Was that the last one?
By the way, you need to go over that list of the Comedy Central roast because that shit is crazy, dude. It's like you got Alec Baldwin, you got Donald Trump.
The
Geez,
David
who else?
Hasselhoff one was good. I remember that being good.
David Hasselhoff. Yeah, just lots of controversial figures that are still controversial today. I think Pam Anderson is their biggest success. You
The
can
Beeps.
well, she was wearing a see-through top that night, so yeah, man.
Free to nip. Hashtag.
Yeah, Justin Bieber had a minute. Mm, yeah, killing time here because I didn't have my thing ready. So dumb.
But yeah, lots of good ones. I'm sure they're all well because they're all Comedy Central. So did Netflix buy them out, like the back catalog, or
They had a
or are they
licensing
on
deal in
Paramount
the early
Plus?
days of Netflix streaming. They had a licensing deal, but like again, so yeah. Sorry, I'm just pulling something out. Shatner, Flavor Flav, Bob Saget, Larry the Cable Guy, Joan Rivers. We just mentioned Hasselhoff and Trump, Charlie Sheen, Roseanne, James Franco. I think we said Justin Bieber, Rob Lowe, Bruce Willis,
I'm
and
just
then
gonna read them all.
again the aforementioned Alec Baldwin. Where I'm going with this is those who aren't dead are buried in a mine of controversy these days and or canceled.
Is
I don't
Hoff
know. I just thought it
is
was
the
a
Hoff
fun note.
cancelled? I know obviously he
The
had his
Hoff
bit,
is
he had his thing with that the drunken cheeseburger off the floor thing.
yeah, but no one gives a shit about the Hoff anymore. The
Everyone
Hoff
loves the
only
Hoff.
cares about the Hoff and Germany. Germany still.
Don't
Germany still
hassle the
loves the
Hoff.
I
He's
won't.
a saint.
I don't think he's a bad dude, but yeah, no one's talking about him anymore. There's no talk about a Knight Rider remake. Like, no one cares.
Speaking
The
of,
Baywatch remake might have killed him, actually. Speaking of,
you mentioned D Trump.
I
He's
did.
been he's been in. I'm not gonna, we're not gonna go into his like thingy right now. It's going on.
Yeah,
So,
we don't try to get political
we
here.
don't try to get
But
political. However, I did see someone
having a
screen
wild
captured
weekend.
I don't know what they call them out there because it's like if you send something, there's a tweet and he has his own thing like is it truth social or something. I don't know what
Something like that.
they're called. He sent out a truth. I don't know. But so I do you watch Formula One racing?
No, I do not.
So this past weekend, Lando Norris, British Formula One driver, won his first ever Grand Prix at the Miami Grand
That's
Prix.
not easy.
No, congratulations, especially where there's a young man called Max Verstappen who's dominating the sport. He's like 3-time champion in a row. He won the last like 6 races in a row. He's like, I think last season he won out of the 22 races, he won like 19 of them. It's like ridiculous how dominant this guy is. So the fact that Lando Norris not only beat him, but beat him in pure pace, he was like pulling away from the guy at the end of the race. So it's like hats off to this guy. It was a great race to watch.
Okay. Congratulations.
So Donald Trump chimed in, and he said, "Well, it was a great honor to see my friends at McLaren, the team that Lando Norris drives for, win the big Miami Formula One race. It was the car that I visited before the race and endorsed. That's what we need in our country, winning." So, like, again, political allegiance aside, we don't care. We don't judge. But the fact that this guy thinks that he gave extra power to the Formula One car to help it win is hilarious to me. I mean, like, good for you.
I get it. I completely get it. So this weekend I watched 1995's HBO Films. That is the cable channel. They made a movie for their channel. Tyson, starring Michael Jai White. It's the first time I've ever seen this. It's been available for 29 years. I only decided to just throw it on for the background. For what it is, it's very well shot. The actors in it are fantastic, like George C. Scott. Anyway. 2 times from this movie in 1995, where things are still taking place in the mid to late 80s. They're like, yeah, Donald Trump and Don King, like, they need lawyers and accountants just to figure out who's screwing who. They made that joke. Again, this movie came out in 1995. And then finally, when Mike Tyson is having his marital dispute with Robin Givens, you hear her go like, "Donald Trump, I don't even like that motherfucker. How dare you sit with that slut with him?" And it's just like, it's 30 years ago. We still can't escape this guy. Like, goddamn, like, he has cemented himself into history. It's quite amazing. It's quite amazing. Whether you like him or you hate him or loathe him, it's quite fascinating what this guy has done with his legacy.
Oh, it did. And I think the fact that some people were like, "Oh, can you believe the ego on this guy?" I'm kind of jealous of his ego. I wish I had that ego. I wish I had that confidence to believe that the fact that I touched a Formula One car gave it extra ability to win a race. The fact that apparently he had the balls to sleep with Mike Tyson's wife, apparently. Like, that's balls. I wish I had that much balls.
Seriously.
It'd be like the episode of South Park where he's like walking around with the wheelbarrow with his balls in.
Oh, yeah,
so big.
Yeah. Hey, Sharon, my eyes are up here. That was a great goddamn episode. I'm just getting a little cancer, Stan. Just getting a little cancer.
Congratulations to Lando Norris for winning and for
again,
stuff.
I don't watch the show, but I understand the difficulty. Congratulations, sir.
Also, let's actually get into the top story, shall we? Should we get into the top
let's
stories?
do this, man. Fuck, we're talking about Donald Trump. Ew, I feel dirty. Let's go.
By the way, this episode of Waffle Box is brought to you by Peroni Zero Alcohol. Ooh.
Oh. How is your beer flavored soda?
It's actually pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. I'm happy to hear that.
No, because I don't know if I mentioned it on the show. I'm trying, to have a Monday to Thursday alcohol free. But when I'm doing the pod, I like to have a beer while I'm doing the pod. So I'm trying non-alcoholic beer.
It loosens up a little bit, just a little bit.
So to try to trick my brain, I'm drinking non-alcoholic beer, and they tend to taste like someone took a shit in your bottle of water.
Oh, yes.
But this one,
right. Sure.
Peroni, congratulations. You've done yourself proud.
All right. I've been drinking since January.
Oh, congratulations.
Mazel tov.
But now, Lathan, if you could do us the honors, hit the music. It's time for this week's top stories.
It's now time for this week's top stories.
Oh, not only have we got some great top stories for you, we've also got some audio to back them up, which is extra fun. Hulk Hogan, retired pro wrestler turned racist liar, was in the news again recently. He appeared on the 700 Club, which is, according to them, the flagship television program of the Christian Broadcasting Network, which sounds like a really fun network to watch.
If you're a Christian, it's awesome.
I don't know. Even if I was a Christian, that's too much. The whole
I mean, if you're
network.
like a Christian, it's fucking awesome.
Like, I love sports, but I'm pretty sure if I had ESPN all day, I'd lose my mind.
Well, they repeat their program, so I mean, and it's safe to say this the network does too. But anyways, I'm sorry to
Yeah,
interrupt.
no worries. So among the topics discussed was his baptism reason, and I even showed a clip. An old man getting baptized is quite nice.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he married a new Christian teenager, or is she like 22? He married a very young lady.
And was it? Do you reckon it was a case of like, I'm only sleeping with Christians, and he's like, God damn it, I have to get baptized, but whatever, brother.
I think he just met a young chick. I believe she's of age, but still quite young for the Hulkster.
And she saved him.
She was like, I need to go to church on Sundays. Like, yes, going to church, brother. Yes, he calls his wife brother.
So he also talked about his little shop that he's got in Florida, the creation of his character, his father accepting his career as a wrestler, blah 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 blah. But
Okay.
he also discussed the passing of Roddy Piper, who I can't remember the exact wording he used, but it was kind of weird. Like basically, from what it sounds like, Hulk Hogan was trying to get him to give himself up to Jesus, right? But Roddy Piper was having none of it, apparently. But unfortunately, he passed away, right? Roddy Piper passed away. And then, I'll let Hulk explain.
Oh.
Something happened while he was watching a documentary about Roddy Piper. Here's the Hulk.
And all of a sudden, he passes away. And it was an A&E special about Roddy Piper. And the very thing, when they get ready to go to credits, it wasn't a text message, but it was a text message that was a voice message on the text. You know, so he must have.
Sure. Yes,
yeah.
a voice
text.
This
text message came in 2 days after he died. And the text message goes, I'm just loving you, my brother. I'm just walking with Jesus and loving you, my brother. I was like, he would have never said that when he was here.
And Terry, he wanted you to hear it, right?
It's not oblivious to me that Hulk is also bad just about checking his text messages.
Yeah.
By the way, he's Hulk Hogan, so I imagine he gets 500 text messages a day. Like,
but is he insinuating that Roddy Piper sent him a voice message from beyond the grave?
That is what he is saying. Yes, it is 100%. That is what he said. And no, I think Roddy Piper sent him a text message, voice text, and then he died. I don't know if he was on his deathbed or was it very random. I want to say the man was battling cancer, but this was still like nearly 10 years ago, I want to say now.
It's a while ago.
It was a while ago, for sure.
But apparently the cell service is very bad in heaven. It took him that,
Dude, I don't know if you ever had this. So when I had Sprint, it's now T-Mobile, but when I had Sprint, occasionally I would be alerted to a voice message. And I'm like, oh, okay, someone tried to contact me. And it would be a phone conversation that I had weeks ago, months ago. Like this happened twice to me in my life. It hasn't happened in decades now, but that happened. So I'm not willing to outrule that something similar also happened here, where Piper's voice text just didn't hit the satellite in time and arrived 2 days after his death. But I also just think Hulk doesn't check his texts.
Hey, well, good for him, I guess, if that helps him sleep at night. But I might be calling bullshit on that one.
Yeah, I think that's a safe one to call bullshit.
Speaking of wrestlers, the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, was out enjoying himself the other evening, and perhaps allegedly he might have had too many libations and was asked to leave the establishment. Now, in this masterful year that is 2024, everyone has a video camera, and so someone caught this on tape. And so we're gonna play a couple of clips, and I think we're gonna be the judges here, right? Was this man out of line to try to send Ric Flair out, or maybe was Ric Flair let's just judge, right? So this is the first clip, right? So this is just after he's been asked to leave, right?
Okay.
Here we go.
Well, I didn't do anything wrong, except spend money and put this place over and bring my family and friends here. That is bad for you. Why would it be bad for me? Well, watch social media tomorrow.
Right. Firstly,
so do we know, before you get into firstly, do we know this was a TGI Fridays? Is this a Chili's? Is this an Outback? It looks like one of those type of establishments.
From the clip that I saw, it didn't establish that fact. But yeah, who knows? But first, I love the fact that it's no surprise, but I love the fact he used wrestling terminology in everyday life. Like I'm just trying to put this bar over, kid. I'm just trying to put you over, brother. And then apparently,
the
while he was in
lingo does not stop either.
No. But apparently he was like at the time thinking, I can't wait for the media to find out about this situation. And I imagine he woke up the next morning thinking, oh, I really wish the media hadn't found out about this situation.
He probably doesn't give a shit or hasn't heard. Like he might be that insulated, but this is not a great start.
No, right. Let's move on. What happened next?
What's your name, nut job?
What's your name, job?
Did he say what's your name, job, or what's your name, nut job?
What's your name, nut job?
Oh, maybe.
Nicholas what? Nicholas Dickhead.
Nicholas Dickhead.
Nicholas Dickhead.
I think his name was Nicholas Dickhead. But yeah, nut job. Okay, yeah, that's fair enough. I thought legitimately thought he was like, what's your name job? Maybe he's going, okay, nut job. But yeah, so far we've established that Ric Flair has been asked by Nicholas Dickhead to leave the establishment.
By the way, I think we can establish that Ric Flair is twice in the bag here. Not even half in the bag. He's twice in the bag. So, but folks, I saw the video. Mike sent me a text about this, and then I just randomly found the video. I didn't even go out of my way to look for it. We got another 2 minutes and 15 seconds of this.
Let's proceed.
If you will, please.
You know, is that his word against yours?
Fantastic, right? I'm going to play that one again.
I never say a cuss word. You know, is that his word against yours?
Right. First of all, so he's saying that he didn't use a cuss word against a member of staff, right? Whereas what's his name? Johnny Dickhead or whatever his name was.
Nicholas Dickhead.
Nicholas Dickhead is saying, hey, you cussed at my staff member. And Ric Flair is saying, hey, is that his word against yours? Now, Rick, right, if two people are agreeing, that's not his word against it. They're agreeing. It's not looking good for you, Rick. Let's move on.
No, ma'am, I'm going to give you $1,000 tip just to say to him, kiss my ass.
That's very nice of him.
Time out here. So, ethical question. Ric Flair is at 1,000% in the wrong. However, someone offered you a $1,000 tip just to tell your friend next to you, your coworker, the guy you depend on, and it depends on you. You have a civil relationship. Would you take that bet? Just like, hey, I'll break you off.
Yeah, I was just saying,
break you off $500 later.
Well, I wouldn't go that far, but like Ric Flair's well, maybe I guess you would have to. But Ric Flair's not in the best shape of mind, right? So you just like give him a little heads up. Look, I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna tell you to kiss my ass, and then we'll just split it. We'll split it, right?
Oh yeah, you gotta do it fucking wrestler style, dude. Like, all right, you should take this money here. He's got 10 hundreds right there, dude. All right. Anyways, we should proceed.
Apparently, she didn't take the $1,000 tip. Anyway,
she didn't take the $1,000, which is congratulations, man.
I guess you got morals. I mean, whatever. Anyway, morals. Next clip.
Morals is nice.
Where's Rick going with this next?
I know you're resurrecting me. How am I resurrecting? telling me to leave. I'm not telling you to leave, we're just telling you that you're cut off. Oh, I'm cut off and I'm drunk? Really?
We're getting our speech is getting worse. There's a lot of nonsense in there, but the guy definitely said, like, I'm not asking you to leave, but I am cutting you off. He's like, oh, really? You're cutting me off? I'm cutting you off.
Fire me. I'm already fired. So just I'm not going to play the whole 2 minutes 30, but this is the last bit. This is a good bit. Take it away, Rick.
This guy and I are so cool. She and I are cool. And along comes dipshit. I said it. I never did. I'll say it again. You're a dipshit.
No.
This reminds me of that scene. Is it Good Burger? Where the guy's
Good Burger.
There's a guy quitting and he gets over the microphone and says, "Fuck you, fuck you."
Half Baked.
Oh, was it Half Baked? Fuck you, fuck you. You're cool.
You're cool.
Fuck you. Yeah. That's exactly what happened here.
This guy and I are so cool. She and I are cool. And along comes dipshit.
Along comes dipshit. What is it? Make up your mind, Rick. Is he dickhead or a dipshit? Oh,
You can
nut
be
job.
both. You can be both to Ric Flair. Shit.
But yeah, it did go on to where he offered to step outside and go toe to toe with the manager.
I don't think I saw that part.
And he was like, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that, blah, blah, blah. And then there's a guy who's sitting at the bar who's obviously had enough of this situation. And he goes,
I saw that
hey,
part.
I don't work here, so I don't give a shit. So if you want to step outside with someone, let's go. And you can see Rick looks at him and he's like, oh, wow. He's much bigger than the manager. And so he just proceeds to go, what did you say to me? He's like, come on, let's go outside. What did you say to me? He's just like, I'm just going to ignore it. Okay.
So yeah, so the video I saw, all of Ric Flair, as much as could be, was captioned. But the manager, the waitress, even that guy, not captioned. So there was times where I'm just not hearing stuff. So interesting. I didn't know he called that guy out. Fascinating.
It's almost like it's a throwback to a couple of weeks ago when we was talking about how the dubs and the captions are always way off. There was some of those. Whoever typed those out was very hard.
Well, so again, the captions I saw were exclusively for Ric Flair, but he had been, again, 2 in the bag. So you're not even making sense of what he's trying to say. Like it's literally, most of it is just gibberish. So yeah, dude, at some point you gotta fucking just quit.
What is he, like 124 at this point?
Honestly, I'm not sure. I believe he's at best in his mid-70s. At best in his mid-70s. Most his early 80s. Too much for this man. You know, I mean,
Rick, try a mocktail maybe next time.
A mocktail? Never. I really don't appreciate people disrespecting service workers, you know, folks that work in a hotel, for folks that work at the TGI Fridays or wherever this establishment was. Like, these guys make next to nothing. I don't know why they have to work for tips. I don't know why their boss can't just pay them a living wage, but this is the job they signed up for, and they have to do something really stupidly fucking disrespectful for me to get upset about. So I don't know what happened here. It sounds like Rick's 10,000 times in the wrong, and just like, what are you fucking thinking, dude? Come on, man. You're a fucking 2, 3-time, 4-time Hall of Famer. Act like one, man. Where are you? What the fuck is your problem? Seriously.
Don't take the baby's bottle away. That's what I'm saying.
Still.
Right, let's move on.
He knows
next story.
Oh, we got
more stories. We're still going. Speaking of being drunk, an animal rescue group in Connecticut were called out to tend to a pair of vultures that were initially thought to be seriously ill but tests confirmed that they were merely too drunk to fly.
How did they get drunk?
A place called Hope said in a Facebook post that the dynamic duo, Batman and Robin, had been dumpster diving and ended up eating something that was fermented enough to cause severe intoxication. They only needed fluids and to be tucked in overnight and fed a big breakfast the next day, the post said. The vultures were released back into the wild and successfully rejoined their colony.
Oh, so when a pair of vultures decide to get wasted after dumpster diving at the local restaurant, apparently it's cute. But when it's me doing it, they call the cops.
You can't fly away, producer Lathan.
Maybe he thinks he can.
Well, he probably thinks he can, but he still can't. So that's what happens there.
Huh?
Also, stay out of the fucking dumpsters, producer Lathan. I know we don't pay you anything, but fucking have some dignity, stupid.
Well, hey, we'll get to it later in the movie review, but maybe there's some gold in that dumpster.
Yeah, you were correct about that.
But yeah, that's funny. Imagine seeing some drunk birds. I want to do that. But the main thing,
I've seen a drunk bear.
Have you really?
Yeah. When I was a child, we used to go to a spot called Camp Mather. It's out in the woods, Yosemite, if you're familiar with that area. Whatever. I'm sure you've heard that name. Anyways, one night, a bear, I don't know what drew it to this one specific cabin. Everyone was out at whatever the public event was, but the bear knocked the door down. It's literally the thinnest piece of wood. Might as well be cardboard. It's just thicker than cardboard. But anyways, knocked the door down and then went into their cooler, and it was a baby bear. Bit into a 6-pack, drank all that shit, and then just was kind of drunk and stumbled around and then wandered back off into the wilderness. But my cousin got one of those Coors Light cans. We were 11.
Boom. So your cousin shared a 6-pack with a bear.
No, he just kept the souvenir.
Oh, I thought maybe the baby bear had left one behind. He was like, oh, I'm gonna have that one, and then that'd be pretty
he
cool.
may have. I don't know about that, but no, my cousin. It out of context, you're like, why is there an empty can of Coors Light on your shelf, young child? And then you're like, oh, there's a whole story where a bear smacked down a fucking door and fucking ate the thing, and everything I just explained. But yes, when we were 11, my cousin took home one of those Coors Light cans.
I would have put that framed that shit.
House burnt down. Otherwise, I'm sure he would have still had it.
What?
There was a furnace explosion. The house burnt down while he was in college. So that's 9 to 10 years later. And yeah, no, the can exists no more.
Well, I'm sure it did. It was just obviously badly burnt. And you probably wouldn't be able to tell that it was a Coors Light can anymore.
No one would care at this point.
Plus, imagine being skanked. Anyway. Skunked. Taylor Swift back in the news.
My Tay-Tay.
So obviously she's, she does her thing. She releases albums. She goes on tour. That's what she does, right? And
new album just came out like a week ago.
Sure, yeah, it did. I know it did, but I don't know what it's called and what it's anyway. But so obviously, not all of them, but there's a lot of Taylor Swift fans who are underage. They are minors, right? And so typically parents and things like that have to take their kids to see T Swiftie, right? And sometimes it's like,
I know a lady taking her kids to Lisbon this weekend to see Taylor Swift. Flying out of Portland, Oregon. That's a long goddamn flight, and I don't know why they're spending more money on airfare than they would the tickets.
Does she like T Swift?
The kids love T Swift.
Wow. Maybe this person can sign up for something here, because a Scottish college is offering a course on Taylor Swift to educate parents and carers
Okay.
accompanying children to the US Singers Sold Out Eras tour. Glasgow Clyde College has launched a masterclass aimed at teaching parents and plus ones about the set list and Swift's evolving wardrobe and hairstyles. I don't know why you need to teach them about her wardrobe, because that's going to throw.
She has a lot of costume changes in that show.
Yeah, but just you see, I don't know. I can understand teaching you
it's pretty
songs.
fascinating. So like
you can sing along.
There's a skin tight bodysuit, but under that is like a pantsuit, and under that is a dress, and under that is like a thicker dress, and like just when they it's just the whole thing, man. Yeah, it's an art.
So it also covered crowd chants, so you know
Okay.
how to chant along
Heckling.
and stuff, as well as a previous work including albums Fearless and Folklore. The free session is designed to help non-Swifties to get up to speed so they fully appreciate iconic moments in the set.
Okay.
Now, here's my issue with that, because isn't this
Break it
like
down.
like you're not cool if you have to if you think you're cool, if you say you're cool, you're not cool, right? Surely, if a moment is able to be missed, how iconic can it be? Surely, if an iconic moment happens, even the non-Swifties go, Jesus Christ, that was pretty goddamn iconic.
Yeah, I relate to that.
But it's weird, oh, by the way, what you just saw, that was iconic. Oh shit, wait, was it? Oh my God, let me write that down so I could tell my friends that I saw an iconic moment. Don't like it. Anyway,
I'd heard about this story earlier. Maybe you have more to continue on. I thought it was just more than this. So I thought we were talking about like business management and negotiations and like, hey, Spotify is going to take your set list and then like promise to give you like 0.1% and you're like, no, fuck you. That's where I thought we were going with this story. But maybe I didn't hear the
Negative.
entire story earlier. So
Robert Anderson, curriculum assistant principal at GCC, said Taylor Mania doesn't seem to be slowing down anytime soon, and we can expect it'll reach its peak here in Scotland. That's very chill your nuts there, Robert. That's pretty bold to say. Oh, it's gonna after Scotland, it's all downhill from there, Taylor. Sorry,
Scotland, the
Scotland
Florida
is
of the
your
United Kingdom.
Pretty much, it's not even there.
The foggy
weather sucks
Florida.
There. Yeah.
United
At least,
Kingdom.
I mean, of all the Floridaisms there is, at least the weather's nice. Scotland sucks. Quote, we understand that not everyone will be up to speed on all things Taylor and might not get the full era's experience. Taylor's gigs are known for being so well crafted, and unless you're a fan yourself, you might miss some of the iconic moments. Again, they're not iconic if you miss them anyway. Our experts will take you through everything you need to know, leaving you a Swiftie in no time. Ugh.
Ooh. All right, so this definitely, not to say it wasn't already a bullshit course, but this sounds like an exclusively bullshit course. And whatever Scotland University this is, just trying to take your money and just like, I don't know, this is your extracurricular.
Well, no, to their credits, this is a free course.
This is a free course?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
shit.
if they were charging for this, then I would have burnt the house down. But
My fish. Dare I state, I think we should fucking take this course together.
You want to go to Scotland?
No, I think from what I've just absorbed, it's online.
Well, it never says that in anywhere. I mean, I've ever said that. You have to go.
Yeah,
to
we're
Glasgow
definitely
Clyde
not going
College.
to Scotland. If we can't do this shit online, we're not doing it. But
I'm sure there'll be, a video version. I'm sure there'll be a webinar that we can go on. If we can, we can
probably
do a live reaction.
That's what I'm anticipating. I bet we could take this course online from New Jersey and San Francisco, and then update the Waffle Block, the Serb Squad about it.
If we can, we'll do it. But if not,
If we can, we will.
I'm not going to.
All right, you heard it here first.
So there you go. So much covered there. What a week! What a week it's been.
Wow,
and
week.
It doesn't stop there, because people out there are achieving things with their lives. And then a nice Irish brewery is given a piece of paper. It says, "Well done. You did something with your life. Let's talk about it in this week's Dumb World Record.
Why?
Why? Why would I? Why? Why?
Why? Why? Why? Why? Why would you want to do that?
This week's Dumb World Record brings us to Alabama.
Oh my goodness. Scary place.
Where Abu Bakr.
Oh my God. That name
Tahiru-
should not be in Alabama. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Well, he's a
Abu
29-year-old.
Bakr?
Yeah, he's a 29-year-old man from Ghana who is studying forestry in Alabama.
Wow, my God. Worst place you could be.
Yeah. Do they not have forests in Ghana?
No, they don't.
I guess then, yeah. But other than that, I was going to say I'd probably rather be in Ghana.
There are
than
better
Alabama.
forests he could have gone to, though, where I wouldn't be going, oh my God, Abu Bakr, run. They're chasing you.
Where could an African have a great time in America? Let's go to Alabama. Ding, 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 ding.
That is an astute satire statement, sir. Yes. And I raise my glass to you.
Yes. So anyway, what did Abu Bakr do while he was in Alabama studying forestry? Well,
A lot of running.
baby birds. He set a world record for the most trees hugged in an hour.
Okay.
So the record took part at the Tuskegee National Forest.
Okay.
The record attempt required that he wrap both of his arms around each tree in a close embrace without causing any damage to the trees. So just a hug. Just a hug. Keep your hands above the waist, son. No tree could be hugged more than once. So requiring him to move quickly between each hug. He was also fasting for Ramadan at the time of his record attempt, which presented some challenges.
Yes.
He said not being able to drink water throughout the attempt posed a significant challenge, I bet, especially given the physical exertion required. However, this did also provide to be in a helpful way because there was no need to pause for water breaks, allowing me to continue the attempt uninterrupted from start to finish. Right.
And how long did this go?
So he hugged trees for an hour. Non-stop.
Oh, an hour.
Just a hug. Just a hug. How many trees
did he bro hug where he patted it on the back twice and then moved on, or did he just hugged that bitch?
It just required to wrap both arms around the tree in a close embrace.
Do you have to connect? Do you have to
I think his hands have to
connect?
touch.
Hands have to touch. Fingers have to touch, or hands have to touch?
Hands reaching out, touching
so,
me.
I don't know much about Alabama foliage.
Trees. Sweet
There's a funny joke in there
Alabama. Goddamn, your trees look so good. I've been inclined.
Snort laugh. Also, that's Sweet Caroline. I don't know what the fuck lyrics those are, but that's Sweet Caroline.
It's a freestyle. It's freestyle.
That's a great freestyle, Mike Fish.
Thanks.
Put that in the best of category.
Yeah. So how many trees do you reckon he hugged in an hour?
46.
46 trees
that he could get his hands around and
in a closed embrace.
In a closed embrace, yes. Again, I don't know anything about Alabama foliage, but boom, 46. That's the number.
So the actual number that Abu Bakr managed to hug in an hour, 1,000.
Fucking hell.
123 trees, averaging
Alabama.
19 trees per minute. So that's
Jesus
one
Christ.
tree every
Alabama,
3 seconds,
you're-
basically.
Your foliage is quite anorexic. 2 big words for you, Alabama. I don't know if
Yeah.
you'll figure that out.
Man, I don't like those big words, boy.
They don't like those big words.
You one of those who went to school, huh?
I did go to school. Yes, sir. Yes,
Check
sir.
out the big brain on bread.
Big brain.
But then this is another
Big
one of
bread.
those stupid ones. Like, apparently, the previous record. Well, there was no previous record. Shocker.
It usually isn't on this show.
So apparently, out of thin air, the Guinness World Record, or Guinness Book of World Records, whatever, said that to establish the record, he would have to hug at least 700 trees in an hour.
And he did over 1,000.
Yeah, right there. Over 1,100 trees.
Fucking hell, like again, as always in this case, and those who are new to the Waffle Box, we always ask, like, what inspired this? This clearly wasn't done before, so what made you think, I need to go to Alabama, I need to leave Ghana, and I need to go to Alabama, and I need to hug over 1,000 trees.
God
if I
damn,
can.
those trees.
Over
are good.
700, if possible.
I think he just needs a friend.
Most of these folks need a friend. But greatness is greatness. So how many of our friends are holding us back? Mike Fish, I don't know who your best friend is, but what if
It's not a tree.
what if you just recycled the most tennies that you could in one day? But your friend was there holding me like, hey man, I don't think you should be drinking that much. Tinny is a can of beer. Whatever. I think it's an Australian reference too, so I might be
believe so.
out of place.
I don't know. But I'm just saying. Abu, if you want a hug, I'll give you a hug. It might be warmer. It'll probably feel a little bit softer than a tree, but there's just one of me. One of one.
I'll give you a hug, Abu. But
Yeah, look at
again, hey, dude, hey, rule of 3. It's 3 seconds and a pat on the back, and we let go. Don't hold on longer to that. Have you ever had that issue where someone just holds on just a little bit longer than they should?
It's not a problem.
Not a problem for you?
No. Longer the better.
Oh, you're lucky then.
Bring it in, pal.
I've been in a couple situations where I'm just like, where I feel like, and now it's like, all right, 5, 6, 7. Sometimes it's a lady, and sometimes their husband's in front of them, and that's where this announcement goes fully into detail. Like, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm trying to push away, but 8, 9.
Oh, buddy. When we finally meet in person, you know what's going to happen now, right?
Well, I'll give you.
It's going to be like the bucking bronco. I'm gonna go
hug, dude.
I'm gonna go for that hug,
friends.
and I'm gonna hold on, and I'm gonna hold on
Okay.
until you shake me off.
You know, I don't
rodeo
think you
ball.
give me that long a hug, but okay, sure.
You just wait, pal. Hug the shit
Well,
out of
you're
you.
gonna have my dick in your mouth if that happens. Oh my goodness.
Woo!
Just the facts, ma'am.
So yeah, congratulations on that note to Abu
Oh my goodness.
Bakr Tahiru of Ghana for being the best tree hugger out there. Boom.
Yeah, right. And you thought they only came out of Berkeley.
I don't get that reference, but
That's an old conservative joke about hippies from the 60s. Tree huggers came out of Berkeley.
Makes sense. Anyway, still to come on this week's show. Prepare to test your birthday knowledge in this week's birthday Blackjack. Plus, as a bonus, I might have the greatest worst radio segment ever that I got to play for you. Plus,
very
Kush is going to
excited to hear
review a popular movie in this week's movie review, and much, much more. So stick around if you would. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
I got a passion.
626.
A passion.
Total luxury. Priced like a base Altima. Best basic warranty in its class. 626.
Passion for the road.
Lisa 626. 0 down. $209 a month. 626.
Place your bets. It's now time for birthday blackjack.
I also like to live dangerously.
Hello! Welcome back to Waffle Box episode 149.
I would love to have that chick on the Waffle Box for one night.
I'm sure.
Just like, who are you? What's your name? What do you do?
I think
Why are you
Nathan knows
whispering in my
him.
ear?
Birthday Blackjack. So get your pens and papers ready. Place your bets. For those who haven't played this game before, I'm going to give Kush 5 celebrities that are celebrating their birthday on the day of this released podcast, May 8th. And Kush has to guess how old they are on said birthday.
I'm terrible at this game, by the way, but it's a lot of fun.
You've done okay a couple of times, but yeah, you're on a bad streak. So hopefully
I'm
today
on a
you
bad
can break
streak,
it.
for sure.
So how the rules of the game work: if the person is, say, 50 and Kush guesses 45, the margin of error is 5, so he scores 5, and over the 5, he has to stay 21 or below to be victor. Nice and simple. And of course, if you want to play at home, let us know your scores. Tag us at Wafflebox, and I'm shocked. I'm gonna guess listener Alex O is gonna get a perfect score. He's really good at this.
Superfan Alex apparently is killing it. We did not discuss this before the show. I don't want to throw it under the bus, but what if we have Superfan Alex contest me in episode 150 or whatever episode before that or after that?
The challenge has been thrown down, Alex. Or are you talking
bullshit?
You ready to play the game?
I'm ready, sir. Hit me with your best shot.
Number 1.
I'll have a shot right here. Number 1.
He can be your hero, baby. It's Enrique Iglesias. My singing was so good, you choked on it. How old is Enrique Iglesias today?
49. Goddamn, that man is blessed.
You guess 49?
49.
Spot on!
Fucking hell! Yeah! I'm sorry for anyone who does this show as a white noise. Probably not going to do this, but still. Wow, I'm negative 5 for the first time in this game. Negative 5. I'm starting off on a handicap now.
Let's see how you can keep this going.
Number 2.
Number 2, the Green Arrow himself, Mr. Stephen Amell. Stephen Amell.
Dude, he's been in the game for a minute, but he's like 32.
Guessing 32.
Guessing 32.
Oh. You turned 43.
43. Oh, okay.
So that scores you 11. So minus the 5, you're at 6 at the moment. 6. Still looking good. Still looking good.
Not mad at that. Not mad at that.
All right, number 3.
Number 3.
Genius of the Sky, Japanese pro wrestler and my future ex-wife, Io Sky. Well, she was Io Shirai when she wrestled in Japan. If that helps, I don't know.
She was at WrestleMania just recently.
She was where she God damn it, she lost her title to Bailey.
Dig. She's 25.
25.
I think she's younger. Fuck. Oh.
She's turned 34 today.
Really?
34.
Oh, okay.
So that's
Guess what,
you.
y'all? The overnight sensations are not overnight.
So that takes you up to 15.
Okay.
Good job. You got that -5 to start with.
Good position.
Otherwise, it'd be getting a little bit tight.
I'm feeling good about. I'm feeling
We've
good.
got
so far.
two to go.
Number 4.
Good luck on this one. Former West Ham United captain and retired professional football player Mark Noble. Harold is retired. He retired 2 years ago. His name is Mark. That helps.
32.
Going for 32. Turned 37. 37. So that puts you up to 20.
Oh my
Not
God.
much wiggle room.
Are you
but
serious?
still possible.
We would be at 26 right now if I didn't get that first one correct.
25. 20 plus 5 is 25, not 26.
Shut up, stupid.
Number 5.
Number 5. Lead singer of Savage Garden, Mr. Darren Hayes. You know Savage Garden. What's the one? If you on a mountain, you in a sea.
Oh, okay. Sure. He's 42.
Until the sky falls down on me.
Thank you for actually performing that. I literally would not have a guess of what that was, but 42 is what I'm saying.
This Darren Hayes turned 52 today.
Oh my God, what's wrong?
Gives you a margin of error of 10, which
man,
takes
you had late success, sir. Jesus
your
Christ.
score to 30, which unfortunately, after a strong start, you're a loser.
You lose.
I had the greatest start though.
Great
man.
start.
Like,
Literally
greatest
the
start
perfect
in Waffle
start.
Box history.
Like you couldn't have better start.
It was good. I'm not mad. I lost, but I'm not mad.
Yeah, 30 is your score. If you beat Kush, if you manage to stay 21 or under, let us know at Waffle Box.
But dude, you might as
the
well
X.
start just like picking names out of the phone book, like Adele Gillespie. How old is she? I don't
27.
know.
Everyone knows that.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
27. Everyone knows that.
She's 65, stupid. What the fuck is wrong
Oh,
with you?
I was talking about her granddaughter. She has the same name.
Adelaide Gillespie. Everyone knows she's 65. Man, hand it out.
Hey.
Italian tamales.
But she's got
On
the
every
legs.
bar
Of,
night.
she's
Everyone
got the
knows
legs
that.
of a 27-year-old, though.
Oh, well, yes. That's all that fucking one with those tamales.
Mm. Yum. Right. Before we move on to the movie review this week, so I listened to a radio station back home in England.
Okay.
Called Talk Sport Radio. And
they're out of England.
They are out of England. So I listened to it via the Talk Sport app. Free plug. Sometimes, though, they do stream their shows also on YouTube, so you can see into the studio as they're recording the show.
Sure. Yeah, I'm familiar with that format.
But recently they had a show. They were doing a show, which I think maybe they got too carried away with the visual medium, forgetting that the vast majority of their audience was listening to them in their cars or their app or whatever it might be, right? And so to celebrate, apparently because we've got the Olympics coming up, it's the Olympic year.
Yeah, France. It's going to be in France this year.
And breakdancing is going to be in the Olympics. So,
really?
Yeah. So on one of the shows, they invited a professional break dancer to come in and show off their
Are
wares.
you serious?
Yes. A radio show decided to have someone break dance on the show. And they were thinking, this is going to be great radio. This is going to be great radio.
Okay, yeah. I'm also catching up to the radio part.
So here we go. Right, I'm going to play you a clip from TalkSport Radio.
Oh, please.
Where they introduced the break dancer and then the break dancing performance. And just imagine, again, this is great radio. Ready? Here we go.
I'm ready.
Simon is watching from distance.
Yeah.
So am I. So is Danny. It's all yours, Karen. My God. Sensational.
Sensational.
Wow. Oh, what?
It just like someone was just banging on the table.
Could have been someone just banging on the table. Mike Fish, are we gonna edit in the video of this or
no? Because that's the whole fun of it. Is
that is the fun of it? Okay,
they thought,
okay.
Hey, let's have some. It's like I don't know, like someone showing off their sign language skills on the radio.
No, it's exactly like someone showing off their ventriloquist skills.
Exactly.
I'm wearing an Abbott and Costello shirt tonight. This is vaudeville. This is radio comedy, etc., etc., etc. But yeah, there was a time when ventriloquists would just go on the radio, and then like whole families would be destroyed because like it's the radio. He doesn't have to move his lips.
Maybe that's what I should do. Is to do an audio only podcast where I could have like 2 ventriloquist dummies show off, but it's audio only. Audio only. And so I just be like, "Hey, Mr. Puppet, how you doing?" And then I just have to go, "I'm doing okay, thank you." I'm the weird one. You're the one who has his hand up my butt. They always do that joke. They love that ventriloquist joke.
It's a classic joke.
Classic.
It's a classic. It's a classic.
There you go. Congratulations there to that breakdance on the radio. Anyway, let's talk about movies, shall we? Let's talk about.
That sounds fun.
Let's talk about a new movie that's available on the Netflix. It's on the Netflix. It's on the Netflix, I think.
It's on Netflix.
It's on the Netflix. It's now time for this week's Kush's. I don't know why I'm doing this voice, but it's Kush's.
I don't know either. Where's it coming from?
Movie review.
Kush's movie review.
This week's movie review is Netflix's Unfrosted, the story of when Kim Kardashian took a shower after the sex tape.
Oh, I'm not mad at that either.
Yeah, the frosting is jizz in my example.
I'm not mad at that either.
Ejaculate. What is this movie actually about, Kush?
This movie is about the creation of Kellogg's Pop-Tart. It's now just the Pop-Tart. For whatever reason, properties have disbanded, and Pop-Tart is its own thing, or at least a property of someone else's. Yeah, dude, this is a PG-13. It is on Netflix. You can watch this right now. You don't have to go anywhere if you don't have a Netflix account. But everyone has a Netflix account. Also,
your mum's password.
I might be Ric Flair and get kicked out of this bar in a minute here. Anyways. Proper. 93 minutes, 93 grateful minutes. It is directed by Jerry Seinfeld. It is written by Jerry Seinfeld, and three other dudes, Spike Forrestine, Andy Robin, and Barry Mandan. I don't know if this was taken from a book, but this is a cartoon. This is at least a parody of well, last year we had 6 movies where something got invented. The Air Jordan, the BlackBerry, probably the best of all those. But then, like, again, Gran
Flaming Hot.
Turismo.
That was pretty good.
Flaming Hot is really good. Flaming Hot's really good. Forget about that whole thing, whether it's real or not. Great message. Just fucking work hard, people. You can do it. Anyways, and then there was like 3 others. So, but anyways, we gave all the writers up. This stars Jerry Seinfeld, Melissa McCarthy, Jim Gaffigan, Hugh Grant, and Amy Schumer.
President Bill Burr.
President John F. Kennedy is played by Bill Burr, and fantastic performance. Yeah, look, this is a cartoon. This might be at best a spoof of those last 6 movies that came out last year. The idea of making a movie about a Pop-Tart is ridiculous. But they did it anyways. It's very funny. Jerry Seinfeld made it funny. Melissa McCarthy is somehow the straight man. She can be funny. She's known for being funny. I can't tell you I've seen her in a movie where she is funny, including Girl Ghostbusters. But I've seen her do better stuff in dramas like Can You Ever Forgive Me? That was nominated for an Academy Award. I don't think she's the best thing in this. I definitely don't think she's the worst thing in this, but she's there. And she can prove that when she's not in a movie that is produced by her and her husband, she's good. Anyway, also, Amy Schumer. Amy Schumer actually hasn't been funny for a while. I don't know what it is. Yeah, you're correct to play that soundbite, Burn. But yeah, she did a good job in this. So everybody in this movie is based on almost everybody in this movie is based on somebody. But the Amy Schumer was a 70-year-old lady, and the guy who Jim Gaffigan plays was like 35. So there's no way they're just doing some weird romance gimmick. However, that shit is funny. Anyways, Unfrosted, PG-13, 93 glorious minutes. I'm giving it a 4 out of 5. It is currently the funniest movie of 2024. I dare you to give me a funnier movie. I would love a funnier movie. But 4 out of 5.
I was trying to think of a funnier movie. There must be one that's come out.
I dare you to give me a funnier movie.
I will.
Also, Hugh Grant was in this.
Oh, fantastic. As Tony the Tiger.
As Tony the Tiger. Again, he's based on a real character. A guy who was doing Shakespeare in the Park and just, needed to survive. Needed a job. Put on Tony the Tiger. He did his thing. They do a gimmick where they have, there's a strike. All the mascots are on strike outside the Kellogg's Pavilion. And then they burst in. And they do a whole January 6th insurrection thing.
Oh, I missed that bit.
I had to watch it twice to realize that's what was happening. Hugh Grant actually has, he's altered his costume, so now he's got the horns and the whole thing, and he is the shaman guy. There is a dude in a mascot. I have no idea who it is, but puts his feet up on a desk as one of those guys did with Nancy Pelosi's office. Again, we don't get political here, but all that should happen. So, anyways, the movie is still 4 out of 5. It is the funniest comedy of the year. It's on Netflix. You can see that there if you have a subscription. the bartenders from TGI's Fridays need to throw me out.
As he sips something dead. Jug, yeah, that'll help, Kush. Jug the rest of your drink. That was
I got
so
finished.
beautiful.
You'd be rude if I didn't.
And there you go. Unfrosted. Although I kind of wish they, with a name like that, it would have been more fun to about like the origin of Frosted Flakes. Because
it's in there.
It's in there, I guess. It's in there. And how they created the. It's great.
It's in there.
It's in there. Check it out. Go to Netflix, ask your mum for her password, log yourself in, and enjoy yourself for 93 glorious minutes. If you let us know what you thought in the comments of the movie, type, give the thumbs up, and help the algorithm and all that bullshit. That's good movie.
There we go.
Let's rappy this show up with some breakdowns. No, let's send everyone home feeling all warm and fuzzy inside, shall we? In this week's feel-good story of the week.
It's the coolest fucking story I've ever heard in my entire life. That's insane. Can I hear it again?
This week's feel-good story comes to us from these United States of the Americas. Speaking of politics and stuff like that, the White House recently done something, and I'm goddamn gonna tell you why it should make you feel good if you're an air traveler. If not, then this won't affect your life at all. But I don't know if you heard this recently, but White House has recently announced it has issued a final rule that now requires airlines to promptly provide passengers with automatic cash refunds when owed. Ooh. So the new rule makes it easy for passengers to obtain refunds when airlines cancel or significantly change their flights.
Okay.
And following significantly delayed check bags or failures to provide extra services when purchased. So, under the new rules, which start going into effect within 6 months, passengers are entitled to a refund for cancelled or significantly changed flights. So the significantly changed flights is when a departure or arrival times that are more than 3 hours difference than originally planned domestically or 6 hours internationally.
Oh, wow.
I know, right? Increases in the number of connections, or where passengers are downgraded to a lower class of service from their original purchase.
Also exciting.
Yeah. Passengers who file a mishandled baggage report will be entitled to a refund of their checked bag fee if the bag is not delivered within 12 hours of their domestic flight arriving at the gate or 15 to 30 hours of their international flight arriving at the gate. Oh, there's more. There's more, my friend. So airlines must automatically issue refunds without passengers having to explicitly request them or jump through hoops. So now, if your flight is delayed by more than 3 hours domestically, automatically triggers, boom, you get your refund, my friend. Airline and
we get our tickets still, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Airline and ticket agents must issue refunds within 7 business days of refunds becoming due for credit card purchases and 20 calendar days for any other payment methods. Airline and ticket agents must provide full refunds of the ticket purchase price minus the value of any portion of the transportation any already used. So, for example, if you've got a round trip and you've already done the first bit, you obviously only get half your money back because you've taken half the trip. A second rule will require airlines and ticket agents to tell customers up front what fees they charge for checked bags, a carry-on bag, for changing a reservation or cancelling a reservation. Airlines must also inform customers that seats are guaranteed, and this is to help customers avoid unneeded, quote, seat selection fees. Airlines and ticket agents must tell consumers that seats are guaranteed and they are not required to pay extra for a seat.
Oh, that's nice too. That's 6 months.
It's a brand new day, although in 6 months or so. But I was just reading that and it made me feel good. So I thought, God damn it, I'm putting it in a feel good segment. About goddamn time, because I remember
same.
The amount of times I remember I told you this, my flight from hell, where I got to the airport and they cancelled my flight, and then they offered me a different one instead of a direct flight from New York to London. I had to go from New York to Chicago and then wait at Chicago and then fly from Chicago to London. And by the time I actually got on the flight to Chicago to London, it was already past the time I should have already been landed in London.
Oh my God.
And then I had to email them saying, what the fuck? And then they give me, I think it was like a $250 credit. So I had to use it. I had to spend it with them. It's like, well, I don't want to spend it with you because your airline sucks.
Right.
So this is it's a brand new day. I feel good. I feel good about this. I'm almost excited. I hope my flight gets cancelled now.
So here's what's up. You and I are both having the same feeling because we have been disappointed by the airlines that much. And I bet most of the surf squad is in the same class. However, this is what's going to happen is everyone's going to fucking tighten up, which is also good. Could be great if they do it right. Could be great if they do it right. We're going to keep it tight and slender, and there we go. So, yeah, man. I'm not going to the Netherlands this year. Because just one, that shit is expensive. So,
it is.
Anyways, part of it is the airfare and the experience. And sometimes, guess what? If it's a Boeing plane, your shit might just fall out of the fucking sky. Nothing's exploded. No one's died. Thankfully. Fingers crossed.
But just windows and doors just pop off in random times.
Fucking hell, dude. Right?
Like, fuck that shit.
No mas. So, great story. It's a very corporate thing, but still, good story.
Woo! So congratulations. About time goddamn White House did something good. So I'm going to give him a golf clap for that. Golf clap for that. Well done. But on that note, that does wrap up another episode of Waffle Box, episode 149. Thank you very much for checking it out. I've been very happy to see you. Mike Fish, you can follow me at OnlyMikeFish on Twitter. You can follow us at WaffleBox on Twitter or X, whatever. You can follow this fella at Kush He's on the Book of Face. And he also does podcasts. He's still got a couple more episodes of MacLeod left, right?
Yeah, nothing this week, but we're going to have a gentleman from the GCW come by next week. James Kidd. Good times. Good fellow.
Game Changer Wrestling.
There you go.
Boom. So check that out. So thebosnet.family for all the links of how you can subscribe and listen to that, plus all the archived episode of the Microdose. But until then, it's a good night from me. It's a good night from Kush Lathan. Any final thoughts?
Yeah, I'd just like to give a shout out to all the student nurses out there, since May 8th is National Student Nurse Day. But just know I'm a huge ally of you all, because if you ask me, and quite frankly, if you check my internet search history, every day is Student Nurse Day. Toodles.
Marvelous.
I guess. Okay, cool.
He's into nurse porn. I think that's what he was hinting at.
Sure.
Yeah, everyone likes to play doctors and nurses sometimes. But until next time, episode 150 next week. Ooh. Alex,
again, the gauntlet has been thrown down. So, superfan Alex,
be a man.
Can't do it this week. Oh, hot damn. Can't do it this week. I understand, but hit us up. I'll challenge you. You're perfect record.
Until then, until next time, take care of yourselves and each other.
That's all, folks.
Play me off, Johnny.